Well, as we look across the beautiful picturesque valley here above NAMUR in the Citadel circuit, the flag there at half-mast signifying that on Saturday, today in actual fact, the King of Belgium passed away. A sad way to start a Grand Prix, particularly at a circuit as famous as NAMUR. But nevertheless, the organisers decided to continue with the Grand Prix. That was good news. I'm sure the King, who was an avid motocross supporter, would have been pleased at that. Well, here are the riders. 34 there, the New Zealander. That's Daryl King there, the machine being prepared for the first of the three 25-minute motos. And the current 500cc, well, we could now call it the Open Class Championship leader. That's the Swede, JORGEN NILSSON. Here you see the Hansen being prepared of Ural Smets. Meticulous preparation of these bikes. Number 16, the Kawasaki of the Belgian rider Ronnie Oostenrade. And as I say, meticulous preparation by the mechanics here at this 500 or Open Class now Grand Prix. Number 7 then, JORGEN NILSSON, pushing the bike out onto the pit box area. There they are. That's JACKY Martens, number 11. Smets there, number 4. Ural Smets, Johan BOONAN. These are the feet of Mr. BOONAN as he does his little traditional gardening job. Well, the organisers asked the riders and everyone alike to give just 1 minute's silence in memory of the Belgian King, and they were happy to oblige. 1 minute up, riders mounting the machines and coming down onto the line there. That's HANSEN, number 10, another one of the Swedes. So Marcus HANSEN settles himself down. Johan BOONAN, number 6, settles himself behind HANSEN, or beside HANSEN as he now is. There's King, there's Oostenrade. That's Jason Higgs, 33 in the background, the British rider on the KTM. As the starter indicates to the riders that the board is going up. There indeed it is. The 5-second board spins around, the gate drops, and here we go. NAMUR, the famous Citadel circuit. This is the Grand Prix of Grand Prix. It is Martens, and just look at that four-stroke. JORGEN NILSSON goes through on the inside, but I think it's NILSSON that got the whole shot, but Martens, he found extra drive from absolutely nowhere. Number 5, that's not a good start for him. Franco Rossi, and look at Smets right at the back, but it is NILSSON, 7, the Swede, that leads from the Belgian rider JACKY Martens, and this is the Belgium Grand Prix. Neil Shepherd, 66, just gone through. That's one of our British riders in really basically it's his first major year at adult racing. And Shepherd in the top 10 as they stream through the wood sections here. Number 14 amongst that group. And there's Smets. Well, Smets really is one of the main challengers in this championship now, along with these two. NILSSON leading from Martens second. BOONAN is pushing hard at the moment. Ziggy Bauer just gone through. There's 66. Neil Shepherd, he really is on a great ride at the moment. David Thorpe, former 3 times world champion, the British rider, not having what one would call his most memorable year, but this is where Thorpe really excels at NAMUR. Bauer going through. Let's look back behind Ziggy Bauer, and it is number 10, HANSEN. Then it's 26. In your picture, Delapine. Gerald Delapine, 66, Shepherd. He is having a tremendous ride. Settling themselves down, 18. That was another British rider, Gerard Smith, riding the RWJ's Kawasaki. They settle themselves down, very tight track here at NAMUR. But just look at these two. Martens on the big Husqvarna 4-stroke. BOONAN chasing in 3rd, but it's still NILSSON that leads. Ziggy Bauer back there in 4th. HANSEN chasing that group. You can see how tight it is. 26, Delapine is still there, and look at this for a battle. Number 12, Mervyn Anstey, and Shepherd, 66. That's David Thorpe and Gerard Smith. So we've got 4 Brits in a row. Smets is slicing his way through the pack. But this is the battle at the front, and what a battle this is turning into. NILSSON leads number 7 from Martens, and Martens is having a crack on the big 4-stroke, sliding all over the track. The big lanky Belgium here, obviously to the delight of the Belgium crowd, trying for the lead. 27, it's still Ziggy Barra from HANSEN. Number 10, those two engaged in a real tussle. 26, Gerald Delapine, alone at the moment, but there is a group of riders closing on him. Anstey is one of those, and there is Smith closing on Anstey. We seem to have lost Shepherd. There is Schmetz, and look at Schmetz, he's past David Thorpe. Schmetz, remember, coming from dead last. Well, the British fans there clapping this battle. Martens has another crack down the hill, but NILSSON holds him off. BOONAN still sits back there in third, waiting for these two to finish. And there is HANSEN. Well, they really are beginning to bunch up. It's so tight around this track. And look at this. Well, that's not very sportsmanship. That's, of course, 26 Delapine. And here comes Smith. Well, that's one of the British riders. He's got Schmetz behind him. 4-stroke versus 2-stroke at the moment. And it was NILSSON then that hung on to the lead and the win. Very hasty track repairs as we wait for the commencement of Heat 2. There's David Thorpe, 3 times we should say, former world 500cc champion, 5 times national British 500cc champion, but David now in his 30s, well 30 now I should say. He wouldn't be happy to say that he was any older. Possibly in his last year of competitive racing for David Thorpe, which would be a great shame because he really was a great champion. Marcus Hansen there, number 10, begins his gardening act. Jacky Martens, the face of the lanky Belgium, the man that can haul a 4-stroke around any track in any country as quick as anyone else. Well, the crowds, especially the Belgium crowd here, really getting behind the riders. Johan BOONAN there talking to Georges Joubert, the 92 World 500cc champion. And there is Jacky Martens with David Thorpe and Schmetz in front as they go down to the line then to prepare themselves for the second of the 3 heats here today at NAMUR. And it's going to be a cracker, I'm fairly sure of it. Green flag goes up. Up will go the board, and there indeed it is. 15 seconds, changed last year from 30 seconds down to 15 seconds. It'll spin to 5. The gate will drop, and it doesn't. Here they come. Whoa, into the first corner, a lot of chopping and charging. They look like Ronnie Oostenrode on the inside, but I think they've all got through at the moment. It certainly is a Kawasaki, yes indeed, it's Oostenrode from Delapine, second. Oostenrode looks across his shoulder defiantly as if to say, hey, you see if you can come past me. NILSSON goes through, there is Martens, there is Thorpe, there is King, not in the top 5 in the first heat. And look at the gap between the front runners, the mid-pack and the back. Schmetz gets another diabolical start. Schmetz must be wondering what he needs to do to get out of the gate at the moment. Looking back at some of the back markers, which is what they'll become now. Because those two have shot off in the lead, and there's really, I don't think any of these guys are going to catch him. And that's Jeremy Watley. Well, he looks to be heading back for an early pit stop. It's Delapine then that has gone to the front. Gerald Delapine from Ronnie Oostenrode. NILSSON, BOONAN. Looking back, where's Martens? You can hear him, there he goes. You don't have to see where Martens is, you can hear him going. There's David Thorpe. Not a bad ride here from the British rider. HANSEN behind him at the moment. That looks like Smith, and that could be King behind Smith. Really, NAMUR is without a doubt the Grand Prix that everybody comes to. It almost is, as one would describe, the FI Cup final of motocross Grand Prix racing. As they come through, Martens beginning to close in. There's BOONAN. So, look at this little pack here. David Thorpe caught amongst a group of riders. He's got Smith there behind him, sorting themselves out slowly but surely as the laps go by. Ronnie Oostenrade, well, Ronnie looks to have taken the lead again, so I don't know what's happened to well, there's Delapine, but yes, indeed, Oostenrade takes the lead. Delapine's second, Martens is fourth. Very nearly wasn't fourth, but he's chasing NILSSON, winner of the first heat. There's Boonan, he looks to be back in about fifth at the moment. There's Thorpe, he could be about sixth. Smith is having a good ride. The burly northerner from England, Gerard Smith. Neil Hansen, that is. Marcus Hansen, number 10, just gone through. Very, very narrow here. There's very few places to overtake at NAMUR. But it is the Belgium. Ronnie Oostenrade in the lead, looking back for second, and it is, yes indeed, JORGEN NILSSON from Martens. The battle commences. Delapine going through. Boonan. Look at this. Oostenrade hoists the quacker up over the big jump. Who's going to be second? Should be number 7. There's a big shout. It could be, yes, it's a Swede, but Martens has gone up to third. Martens is chasing NILSSON. Boonan then is fourth. Oh, the Belgian crowd are delighted with this, and so they should be. There is David Thorpe, 17. Not having one of his better seasons. Surely he'd like to have retired as a champion, but it doesn't appear that it will be. Number 15, well, that is one of the other British riders. It's Brian Wheeler. Here comes the board. Oostenrade leading. It could be Martens. Yes, it is. The Husqvarna of JACKY Martens gone to second. Well, where is JORGEN NILSSON? There's Boonan. We've lost NILSSON. The Swede has gone missing somewhere. He's obviously been off the bike. Daryl King has got through. There's NILSSON. He's back on the bike. No ill effects at the moment, except he's dropped about 5 places. And that could cost him the championship lead. They really are winding this one up. 1 lap to go as you see the cable car, and it's Oostenrade that takes the checkered flag. Ronnie Oostenrade, the Belgian rider, gets the win. Martens, the second of the Belgian riders, gets second. That puts him at the moment overall first before the third and final heat. Boonan then gets the third, number 6. Well, the news up to us is that some unpatriotic fans were throwing things at JORGEN NILSSON, caused a cut on his nose. Later he crashed in the race, which is what put him out of the running. But nevertheless, there's your top 3. It's Oostenrade, Martens and Boonan. Well, everybody now waiting for the commencement then of Heat 3, and there's Schmetz wondering, his mechanic must be wondering, how the hell do I get this bike out of the gate quicker than anybody else? Just seems to be having a major problem here, and there is JORGEN NILSSON with a plaster across his nose, so let's hope that this doesn't happen again. George Jobay offering just a little bit of advice. A former world champion prepares the starting blocks for a fellow Belgian rider, Gerald Delapine, who last year was considered to be Jobay's minder. So I think it's the other way around this time. Jobay is now acting as Delapine's minder. There's Anstey, number 12, the British rider, right next door to him. And they line up, settling themselves down. 22, that's Warren Edwards. He's not had the best of days today. A sheared axle in the first race put him out of the points. Let's see if we can do a bit better in this third and final moto. Here we go. And look at Schmetz. Well, Schmetz has found a bit of extra drive this time from the centre of the gate. Now, who's it going to be? Well, we've got 1 or 2 already falling over each other, but it is Martens and JORGEN NILSSON. King is in there as well, 34. There's Schmetz. Settling themselves down. Oh, we've got 1 or 2 down there somewhere. Swinging the camera back. Well, there is Gerard Smith and there is Boonan. So obviously those two have had a coming together, trying to make two Kawasaki's to make a mini Kawasaki. Didn't work. But it's Martens that leads. The four-stroke man, the Belgium ace. Here he is, the Swede, JORGEN NILSSON, and let's hope we get some better behaviour. James Marsh there, that's 94, the British rider. James, there's Jason Higgs, and 92, that's Chris Burnham. He also is a British rider that's lived in Belgium and I think Sweden for some years now. Still British. Well, there you go, down by the cafe, that is Martens, NILSSON, who does not get the applause of the crowd. Oh, we really don't want to see that kind of thing. Look at this. Wonderful stuff from James Marsh. Third at the moment. Well, if he can hang on to it, that'll be sensational stuff for him. They really are battling. See how rough it is down there. See how close those spectators are to the track. Really, when one thinks about it, that really in any other country this track would not be given Grand Prix status, but this is NAMUR and you have to have a Grand Prix at NAMUR. It is Martens to the delight of the local crowd. JORGEN NILSSON, the Swede, second. If they stay like this, it's Martens that'll take the overall. The New Zealander Daryl King, 34, and a right scrap on at the moment. Jason Higgs, 33, the British rider. He has got third. Marsh is still there amongst that group. So this is good stuff for the Brits. Martens, who said this couldn't become a four-stroke championship? They laughed at me when I said it 3 years ago. Now let's see them laugh at me now. NILSSON comes through, second at the moment in the race, and possibly this will knock him off the top in the championship. If they finish as they do now, well there, that's Brian Wheeler, number 15. He's got HANSEN behind him. It's very slippery. There's Higgs, so Higgs has dropped back now to 5th, but still a great ride from the young British Lion. 26, Delapine, all over the shop. Schmetz, there's Marsh dropping back. Well, his moment of glory was short-lived, but I'm sure it was one that he'll remember. They are slipping and sliding. Martens goes through, he's got the lead and I really don't think he wants to give it up to anybody. 1 lap to go. Oh, well, that's HANSEN. Marcus HANSEN, I didn't see, well, there's NILSSON. So JORGEN NILSSON's dropped to third. Obviously a problem somewhere around the track. I hope he hasn't received any interference again from the spectators. That would be sad. Brian Wheeler, 15. Delapine, 26. Schmetz, number 4, on the Husselberg, the second of the four-strokers. 1 lap to go, the board says. Is this going to be a memorable overall victory then for Jackie Martens? 33, Higgs, the British rider. And it is. Martens takes the win. Second then for Marcus HANSEN. We're looking back for third. It should be number 7. Indeed it is. JORGEN NILSSON. And he's lost the lead in the Open Class Championship. And he knows it. Oh, what a day. Martens then, the hero of the crowd, gets hoisted onto his shoulders. He now leads the World 500 Open Class Championship. He's happy.
JORGEN, the championship lead has been changed again.
Yeah, Jackie rode good today.
Your riding was good today, though.
Yeah, I did pretty good, but you know, I have to say that I think that if the spectators could leave this up to Jackie and me to decide who's going to be the world champion, it would be not much better. If they didn't throw stones and beer and stuff at me, then, I mean, that's not very nice.
So really your feelings are at this moment, it's best to get this round out of the way now, eh?
Hey, I think it's better I don't tell you my feelings right now, because this is the worst thing I've been my experience, and I've been racing GPs for 11 years, and
well, obviously a very, very disappointed JORGEN NILSSON with the antics of the crowd here today, but nevertheless, we'll see him back again very soon.
Okay. George, you can tell us a little about what has happened to Gerald today?
Yeah, Gerald got some beers in his face and some stones from English fans. And I thought that the English fans was fair, but looks like they are unfair because it's not. They have no reason to do that to Gerald. If they do that to me because they're jealous, I won. It's over.
Yeah.
92 is over. I won. I have number one till end of the year.
Why do you think the reason is they throw things at Gerald?
Because when he stopped, they say, yeah, Jobe, and they talk about me. It's too late. I mean, it's over. 93 is 93, 92 is 92. And Gerald, he hoped to do good. I hope he's going to be better and better. But please, let him do his job.
And today his speed was good again. A little unlucky, I think.
Yeah.
The second race.
Second race he was unlucky because he lost some bolts in the front brake. He was leading, and he could win that heat.
For sure.
But he had problems with the front brake and he had to stop. But he did good race. He finished 6th first race, 5th third race, and I'm happy about him. So
well, we apologise for the English fans once again, and we wish Gerald luck in the future.
I know they are better than this. I hope
so,
they're going to be better.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, George. Jackie Martens, a great result and a great GP to win for your home supporters.
Yeah, it was very good. It was a lot, unbelievable. So many supporters, maybe 20,000, I don't know, but a lot. And then it's nice when they cry on the side of the circuit. Yeah, it's very good. And if you can win then for them, it's very good. It's unbelievable. But the important thing is that I get 10 points on NILSSON. And for me it's a good thing. The first heat it was difficult to pass him. Well, this track is very small and NILSSON is also it's not an easy guy. And then BOONAN was behind me and I cannot make a mistake. Well, otherwise I lose again points and that was not good. And then the last lap BOONAN was a little bit back and then I tried the last corner before the finish, but I crashed. But I was lucky that the bike didn't stop. And BOONAN was a long way behind, and yeah, for me it was good. Second heat, I had a bad start, but I got a very good, very fast turn in the start. I was complete speedway. And then I come back from the 8th place to the 2nd, but then Woesterad was too far away. And and then I rode for safe. And the 3rd heat I was whole shot and I had the whole shot and yeah, it was easy. But then the second last lap I had 20 seconds and then I go a little bit slow, too slow. And then I go on the Citadel and I said, oh shit, this is HANSEN. And then I again wide open. And then I had again a few seconds, I think 5 or 6, and it was good.
And now you're riding good. The bike is now 100%. It's ready for the World Championship, maybe.
Yeah, sure. It was all year, but in the beginning of the year we had too much power, and it was difficult to get it on the. It's not possible to get a good start. And now we changed the complete engine, review it complete, and we changed complete, and yeah, now 2 times whole shot today, or 1 time second and 1 time first, and it was perfect.
And the power for next week? Luxembourg track suits your style and power, I think.
Yeah, it's very good. The power is more smooth and easy to drive, and Luxembourg is it's very slippery, and yeah, I think it's good for the 4-stroke. But here I was a little bit scared. Well, it's difficult to get the power on the ground, but now with the new engine, it was 110%.
Joe, you must be disappointed, but your speed once again was very fast today.
Yeah, I don't know where my problem is. The speed was good again, but yeah, I had bad luck in the 3 starts. And also last year in the GP of Belgium, I had bad luck in the 3 starts, so it makes 6 now. It's a little bit too much.
But the first race you was last, and you finished 7th, I believe. It's one really good ride, eh?
Yeah, I felt really strong already yesterday in qualification practice. I was fastest, and also this morning it was going very good. And yeah, in the in the races, during the races, always in the first corner it was going wrong. I can't help it. I'm really down.
But next week, if you can pass like you did today, you can surely pass in Luxembourg with no problems. So, you know, it is not over, is it? Maybe it's difficult now, but it's not completely over.
I don't know how much points I'm behind now exactly, but I think it's gonna be very hard now. But I'm keep on trying. So every race I try to win. I think it's the only way to make good starts. Also, I start to win.
And your condition is good, and the bike is running well.
Yeah, the bike was strong enough. If you see it, that in the first heat I came from 40th place to the 7th. I think the bike is strong enough, and also my physical condition is very good now. So I think that's no problem. It's just bad luck.
Jorgen Nielsen, you lose the championship lead, but not by so very much.
No, it's like we've been changing every weekend now, the lead back and forth. So it's still 3 more GPs, and I guess it's only 10 points.
Yeah.
So 9 more heats to go. So anything can happen, I hope.
Your speed today was good, but you was a little bit disappointed with your result, I believe.
Yeah, first heat I won, so that was okay. But I was going good also in second heat. I think I could have made second there, but in the beginning of the like 4th or 5th lap, somebody in the audience that threw a stone at me, and I started bleeding pretty bad from my nose, and I had to fight pretty hard. And then 2 laps from the end, I made a crash, and the silencer got full of mud, and I couldn't start the bike. So I had to take a piece of wood and clean the exhaust, the silencer, and then it started. But then I lost maybe 1 minute or something. And then third heat, I was doing as good as I could.
But it's a little bit disappointing to think that there are some fans out there that throw stones, beer.
It's not a little bit disappointing. It's a lot disappointing. I mean, I've been racing 11 years, and this is the first time, I mean, it's even close to happen to me. And I mean, it's really dangerous, and it's so unsport. What can I say? What's the name? It's unsport-like. It's very, very bad. I feel really bad about this.
And the thing that is upsetting is the fact that you cannot concentrate, because you know the next lap you go around, there could be something again.
Happen. Maybe it's going to be even a bigger stone. You never know, and I feel a little bit unsafe.
But it's out of the way now. NAMUR it was always going to be an RGP for you.
You know, I was still second overall today in the GP, and it's pretty good for me. But still, I can't be 100% happy because these things happening. And I mean, the crash was my own fault, but what happened before, it shouldn't happen on a GP. It's really bad. But I'm not giving up. Still 9 more heats, so I'm gonna fight to the end for sure.